Wonderful, wonderful. How is everybody doing? Everybody, let's give it like a little high five. Some virtual high fives here going on. We're just so excited for you all being here. I know that it's a little bit after 2, so I see people are still coming in, and I am going to invite you to make sure that you do have a notebook, a pen, because you're going to want to take some notes, no doubt about that, okay? So part of this is a little bit going to be interactive for you, okay? And at any time, Eileen is helping us with the tech. So if there's something that's going on and I break up or anything like that, you know, please let her know or something in the chat, because I'm going to kind of be focusing just on you all and going through the presentation for you, just so I can, you know, be efficient with that for you and have you walk away with great tips today and be able to take some things that are very applicable in today's times for you, okay? And today, what we're going to be doing is, obviously, we're talking about how to relieve stress and overwhelm in today's difficult times, right? This last, you know, since March of last year has been absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible. And this is going to be part of a 4-part series that we're doing for overall how to relieve stress and also resiliency, and be able to have an overall wellness series, okay? So towards the tail end, or even maybe during, Eileen is going to be posting the different, in the chat, we're going to be posting what the other workshops are as well. So thank you again for being here. And my name again is Deb Dowdy. I had the privileges of being on, I think it was back in either September or October, when you all had your annual conference. So that was a joy to be with some of you. So some of you may have seen me before. And I am a transformational coach and rest practitioner. So the bottom line is, I really help people get more clarity, have more peace of mind, and stop the self-sabotage. Today, I want to tell you just a little bit more about me, okay? That's me speaking, Deb. But I actually grew up in New York. So for those of you, you know, anybody from the North, whoop, whoop, whoop. I grew up in the North, and I actually moved to North Carolina later in life. But I have some pictures of horses and everything there, because I grew up with horses, showing horses, having all kinds of animals, cats, dogs, horses. We even had a raccoon at one time that we called Cooney, right? Very, that name, right? Cooney? Yeah, we could have got a little bit better with that one. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. And the point of me telling you a little bit about that is my work ethic came from the way that I was raised. We had horses. We had to go out and work, rain, shine, sleet, snow. So if you're from the Northeast, you know that it snows a whole lot, right? Yeah, totally does. And there's times that, you know, of course we didn't want to get out there and work in the snow or work in the hot heat, but the stalls needed to be taken care of. The horses needed to be fed, you know, they needed to be groomed. And my mother actually worked full time during the day. So we were kind of considered what you call latchkey kids, right? So we were on our own a lot of the time, and we had to keep doing that no matter what. No matter what. If I had a headache, didn't matter. I still had to get out there and do it. So I have a lot of great work ethic from that. But also, when I went to corporate America, I used to be a regional sales and marketing manager for the Walmart Corporation, Sam's division of Walmart. And that was, those traits that I had was great to bring it into what I was doing in corporate America. But I was working 60 to 70 hours a week, week in, week out, you name it. And it was go, 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 high pace, stress beyond belief. And I didn't have the tools then that I have now. Can anybody relate with that? Okay. I didn't have them then. So all I knew is how to turn on a dime, be able to keep working because the job needed to get done, right? And just keep pushing myself. So let's see, about 8 out of the 10 years, I wind up just building a business on the side of my own. I wind up having my first child, which is Ashley, the oldest one on the left here with the two girls. And my second one is Vanessa. And by the time I had Vanessa, I left my corporate job completely to be able to work at home on my own business and to move forward. But being able to balance all that took a lot, okay? It took a lot because I actually had a watershed moment, as you can see there, that literally I said the stress is going to kill me or I'm going to kill it. So one of the things I had to learn was I had to put the oxygen mask on myself first. Anybody else? Have you ever felt like sticking your head in the sand? Because I know I certainly have. And there's times that I did. I was so, like I said, stressed out that I couldn't even function a lot of the times. I was just operating on habit and patterns. Okay. Anybody relate with that? Just had to. I had 2 children. I was married at the time. I was in corporate America. Then I was running my own business. Then I went through a divorce, and I had to balance being a single mom for lots and lots of years. So I had to learn the art of reducing the stress and the overwhelm. So in the next 45 minutes or so, what I'm going to do is teach you some really important lessons here to really manage that. It's not that you're going to have stress ever go away, but it's how we manage the stress is what is important. And do you know that the #1 killer in the US is actually stress? Okay, think about that. It is stress. So lesson #1, I actually had to learn that I had a life management problem, not a time management problem. So I'd love for you to write that down. Life management problem, not a time management problem. So what exactly do I mean by that? Okay. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and there goes the direction of your life. Now stop just for a second and think about that. Where you're putting your attention, the energy it takes to be able to move forward towards whatever it is that you're giving attention to, that's where the direction of your life goes. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Okay? So it's really about, let's just say it's about energy disbursement. Okay? Energy disbursement. And there's going to be some exercises for you to actually do in here today. Okay? And don't worry, towards the tail end, I'm going to actually pause and we're going to do some questions and answers if you'd like. If I need to go back and go to one of the slides, I'll do that as well. So just kind of take notes, okay, and stay with me. But where your attention goes, your energy flows, and there goes the direction of your life. Okay, so I had an actual activity worldview versus an energy worldview. Remember, I told you, growing up, yes, I had great work ethic. You know, we were on our own a lot, so we just always had to do. I took that to corporate America. You know, was such a team player. I was one of the last to go. I was early there, you know, getting to the job, all of that, right? Moved up the corporate ladder at a very, very, very young age. But it was all action oriented. It wasn't from a state of being and really understanding how it was that I was dispersing my energy into what it was that I was doing. Okay, so I'm going to go over something that I'd love for you to just kind of look at this. Okay, some of us have this never-ending to-do list, right? Never-ending to-do list at the top here, and this is the activity. Okay, activity-oriented worldview. Okay, so if you look at this, we have the never-ending to-do list, and then it goes into push, 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 right? Go, 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 go. I got to get it done. Got to get it done, right? People are depending on me. All these different things that go on, right? That's activity-based. Previous achievements, right? Same thing. Oh, I was moving up the corporate ladder. You know, I used to show horses and get medals and jump and do dressage and all kinds of things, right? I actually became a black belt in martial arts as well with my youngest daughter a few years ago. So go, 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 right? I always judge myself on what it is that I needed to do to get to the next thing, right? Excuse me. Can anybody relate to that? Right? Okay. And then, it became my overall culture, if you can see that. Okay. Then I put pressure under myself, time pressure, which actually goes down to anxiety. And that leads to overwhelm, stressed out, having that depleted state. And then when you're in that frame, when you're in that frame of mind and that frame of, let's just say, a little bit of chaotic energy, what you're giving out, right, is now how do you show up with your spouse or your partners? How do you show up with your kids? How do you show up in other relationships? How do you show up at work? How do you show up in general? It's that chaotic kind of energy, and sometimes you don't even know that's how you're being because you're so used to it, right? It's a pattern. So let me show you a different view, okay? So this is from an energy worldview, okay? Energy meaning I'm going to be mindful of what it is that I'm doing. I'm intentional versus just going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and I just got to get it done, right? Okay. So you still have your high impact to-do list and you're going like, okay, let's do this. It's different energy. It's more from the positive energy that's feeding you, right? And you have to understand, do I have the mind space to put energy into this? In what it is you're doing. So in this case, this is something like, yes, I got to do these tasks today. All right, we're going to do this, right? Now it's more for your energy because you're being intentional about it. You're thinking about intentionality, okay? And you can still get through doing everything that you had to do, but you're still tired, but it's like that good tired, right? It's like having a really good workout or going for a brisk walk, right? And at the end of that, you might be tired, but it's that good tired. That's what I'm talking about. And then you're able to rest, restore, and recharge yourself because it's not from a chaotic state. It's from a being state. See, because we've got to be more first in order to get more, not get more first to be more. Okay, big difference, big difference. So when we're coming from this standpoint, we understand that we have to rest, restore, and recharge, refuel ourselves to be able to give to others, okay? And then we feel energized. And then look how we show up with others. How we show up with our spouses, our kids, and relationships are totally different. How we show up at work is totally different. And how we show up in general is totally different. So I'm going to really invite you to really be intentional with what you're doing and ask yourself, do I have the time and energy to put into these things? And what type of energy is it going to take? Physical energy, emotional energy, mental energy, right? Because some things are going to take more than others. Okay. And when and I'm sorry, there's a little thing on that little slide here, but I apologize about that. When you know where your energy is going, right, you're better able to decide what you want to give to it or not, right? Your vibration is different. And that is vital for your health, your well-being, and your spiritual development, which is why it's so precious, you guys. The quality of your energy will impact every aspect of your life. As such, only allowing the giving your energy with this in mind, right? Does it build you up or does it take away from it? Are you giving your energy away and you're being drained? Is this the best solution for you? So think about those things. I have some questions that you're going to be writing down. So right now it's going to get interactive for us for a minute. Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do, this is just kind of, let's just say a life wheel. Okay. I want you to draw a circle on your paper. Okay. Draw a circle on your paper. And I'm putting my little gallery view on so I can see some of you. Okay, I see some of you now. Okay. Draw a circle. Draw a line down that you're going to split it into into 8 parts. Okay. So just do a line down the middle, a line side to side, another line on the diagonal, and then another line on the diagonal. So you're going to have 8 pieces of the pie. So this is your life wheel. So the first one, of course, is physical on the top. Physical, write that down. Mental, recreation, or maybe hobbies, recreation and hobbies. Purpose. Purpose can be purpose/spiritual. Social. Financial. Relationships. And emotional. And what I'd like you to do is just understand that when we're out of balance with this, it's like a wheel on a tire, right? When we're out of balance, your wheel is going to be like this, and then you're not in alignment. So I just want you to take a quick minute. I'm going to actually try to put some music on just for a quick second. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it well. I want you just to take a minute, and I want you just to star. I want you to star which ones, like put a double star on which ones you're really heavy in, meaning like you're top heavy in. And then I want you to put 1 star in the areas where you know you need some improvement in. Let's give you about a minute. Can you all hear the music a little bit or not so much? Not so much. Can you hear it now? No? Okay. Sorry, I was trying to give you some ambiance. Okay. Let's take another like 30 seconds. Because this is your life wheelhouse. And we can become so out of balance. And sometimes you know that you are, but it doesn't sink in until you do an exercise like this. So I want you to be able to go back, and I want you to rework this a little bit later on tonight or over the weekend, and really take some time and energy and really evaluate how much you're dispersing your time into this. So here's the questions. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes or so to kind of write these questions down. As you're reflecting on this, just put how much of my vital energy is going into work, into relationships, into the creative process, how much is going into resting, playing, fitness, self-care. How much is going into the things that I want to be doing? How many times do you all have on a list, you know, your bucket list even sometimes, and your bucket list can have been going on for 20 years and we still haven't done anything, right? So how much time, energy is going into the things that I want to be doing? How much is going into the things that I don't want to be doing? That's as important. Is there too much energy going into one way and not enough for another? And what else am I spending my vital energy on at this time? What else? Okay, so what I'd love for you to do is go back, because I have several things to cover with you today, and we're going to be taking a deeper dive into these topics on the next 3 workshops that we're going to be doing. Okay, so I want you to work this over the weekend and take some time doing the life cycle and really being intentional with these questions, and just be very reflective and see where you're at. Okay, see where you're at. Because for me, I was able to reprioritize everything and start putting myself first and start living a more peaceful, abundant life. And that's what truly transformed the stress that I was under. Okay, so the diamond is just a piece of coal that handles stress exceptionally well. Did you know that? Again, remember I said we're not going to have stress go away. We have to learn how to manage the stress and how we react to the stress and overwhelm. All right, so lesson 2 is actually I had to learn how to move my body. I had to eat right, and guess what? And serve my mind right well, too. Okay, so how are you taking care of you? Just write that down. How am I taking care of me? Am I eating real food? We're going to go through some of this. Am I exercising? Am I drinking water? Right? Water, look, I drink water all the time. We're supposed to be drinking about half of our body weight in ounces, just so you know, side note, okay? Half of our body weight in ounces is what you should be drinking in water, okay? And do you sleep 7 to 8 hours a night? Here are 50 different reasons. Take a screenshot of this. There's 50 different reasons why you want to move your body. Because here's the thing, guys. When I was in corporate America and I was moving all the time, like I was on the go, traveling around all the time. When I was a regional, I was in and out of hotels and traveling, you know, it was crazy. And I thought that was giving me exercise. Oh, no. Okay. But if you look at some of these here, look, you know, number 8, reduces stress to exercise. It reduces your stress. Number 25, increases longevity. Let's see. Number 36, eases back pain. I know you guys are sitting, right, a long time during the day at your desk, you know, or at home working remotely. This can help reduce the back pain. It lessens fatigue. Number 50, improves quality of life. So there's so many different reasons why to exercise. And I'm going to give you just a couple quick little suggestions. But even if you're out walking just 10 minutes a day, do you know the compounding of that? Just 10 minutes a day, compounding and creating that habit, how much better off you'll be? Here's some ways that you can lower your stress levels, okay? I'm not going to get into what T4 and T3 conversion means. That has something to do with our thyroids, okay? But when you lower your stress, you're lowering your cholesterol, okay? Because also the cortisol levels in our brains, that's the fight or flight, affects our heart, and the things that we're eating affects cholesterol, it affects our thyroids, it affects our gut, it affects everything, our brain, everything, okay? So, you know, hours in the gym and doing these fad diets are not going to work. And I'm talking about grueling hours in the gym. And sometimes people are doing that so much, there is something called skinny fat, and they're not healthy. Okay, so we need to make time for stress reduction on a daily basis. Yoga is wonderful. Meditation, journaling, walking, deep breathing exercises, which I'm going to teach you here in just a minute, and eat more plants. Plants, the phytonutrients of plants will help serve your body to its best and highest good. Okay, plants. If you follow an anti-inflammatory diet, it helps to reduce the chronic inflammation in our bodies. Okay, you want to eat things that are rich in fruits, veggies, wild caught fish, nuts, seeds, legumes. And you want to limit the foods that worsen or increase the inflammatory reactions in our body, which is refined grains, processed food, guys. That's one of the worst things. Alcohol, added sugar, refined sugar. Refined sugar is as addictive as cocaine is. Like, that is insane. I'll get into that at another workshop, but remember that you need to eat enough right calories as well. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but Times Magazine actually did. They published this a long time ago, and I'm sure there's updates since then too. But the news isn't that fruits and veggies aren't good for you. It's that they're so good that they could save your life. And if you know who the father of Western medicine was, right? Hippocrates said, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." And as I said, we're going to dive deeper into the last workshop is going to be all around feel good, eat right. Okay. But here's some things that I did learn. You have to have your vitamin D levels checked, because stress does so much, again, on the body. That's why you want to make sure to employ some of this. And I realized, okay, this took me time, step by step, and I work with clients step by step to implement different things for them. So it's not so overwhelming, right? Because if it's too much, you'll go back to the old habits and the old paradigms and the patterns that we have, okay? So vitamin D, omegas, probiotics, good magnesium, whole food supplement, get your B12 checked, and your iron. There's some health food stores that actually have some people that travel around, and they do a little blood test, and it will test your blood for all the different cells, how the cells are showing up, and kind of show you what you're deficient in. So I would check with one of your local health stores and see if they do that, and if they have somebody come in. Okay, if you have questions about that, then let me know just at the end. But all of that right there, okay, I'm one of 7 siblings, and I say this with a heavy heart, but I'm one of 7 siblings, that I'm the only one in my family of all 7 of us that I have no chronic disease in my body. Thank God, first of all. Second of all, it's because of how I feed my body and my mind that I don't. And I did not pass down, like we have diabetes, chronic diabetes in our family. My birth mother passed away of diabetes that could have been prevented. We have Crohn's disease, cancers, you name it, fibromyalgia, depression, all of those. But I'm the only one out of 7, and I'm the youngest. And I did not pass it down to my children, because you'll get fed that things are hereditary and, oh, I can't control this, it's hereditary. Yes, you can control it. There's several ways to be able to do that and start to make very simple lifestyle changes, okay? And like I said, I say that with a very heavy heart. And I don't know about you and what your family has or doesn't have, but your DNA is not your destiny. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit later on in one of the other workshops, okay? So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be teaching you really quick how to do a particular breath work, okay? So it helps you to turn on the parasympathetic nervous system and deactivate the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight, flight, you know, okay, faint, fawn, all of that. And it helps to reduce stress and produces a relaxing effect for you, okay? So what I want to do, we're going to take about, let's see where we're at here. Good, we're good. We're going to take about 2 minutes or so, okay? And this is what I call box breathing. It's not just actually what I made up. It is called box breathing, okay? And I'm going to turn my little, I'm going to see so I can see some of you again, okay? So I want you to, you're going to be sitting obviously in your chairs, get nice and relaxed. And this is a breath that actually will help you to, again, just reduce a little bit. If you're starting to get anxious over something, something negative is coming your way, you know, whatever the case may be, okay? And you just need to bring yourself to calm. This is a very simple way to do it, even when you are around other people, okay? So it's not something too crazy that people are going to look at you like, what in the world are they doing? Okay? You just tell them, listen, you just need to join me because this is going to chill you out too. Okay? So just close your eyes for a minute. Close your eyes. Like I said, I'm watching some of you, okay? Very lovingly. Just close your eyes. And what I want you to do is just relax your shoulders and just feel the seat underneath your buttocks. And this is all going to be done through your nose. So I want you to take, I'm going to explain first and then we're going to do it together. But you're going to take 4 breaths in through your nose for 4 count, like 4 count in through your nose. And then you hold it for 4 counts. Then you release out your nose for 4 counts. And then you're going to hold it again for 4 count. So I'm going to guide you through this. We're going to do it for like a minute or 2. Okay. I'm going to guide you through this. And just listen to my voice and close your eyes and relax. And you take a deep breath in your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Out through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4. Release out the nose for 4. Hold for 4. And gently go ahead and keep doing that yourself. And as you're doing this breath, your body's relaxing. Your mind is being at ease. Shoulders are dropping. You can just physically feel the tension starting to just relieve out of your body, and your mind being at ease. And we'll do this for about another 30 seconds. Good. Okay. Okay, and now just release and just breathe normal now. And like I said, you can do that in a whole room full of people. And did you find, if you could just raise your hand for me, like how many of you just automatically felt like it put you at ease, right? It's not that everything totally goes away, right? It's not that everything totally goes away, but it's just, it brings you back to your breath. It calms your mind before you start really getting into a state of anxiety and panic. Even sometimes people, this is how they calm themselves before they have a panic attack. Okay. And this box breathing is actually taught to our military, to special forces guys, so they are able to turn on and off the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. Okay. So just remember, it's just 4 by 4 by 4 by 4, right? Box breathing. Okay. So that's one quick little tip for you with that, with the breath work. And then lesson number 3 is I actually had to master my mindset and my subconscious. So we're shifting gears a little bit. Master my mindset and my subconscious. And again, one of the other workshops is going to be all around that. So Wayne Dyer, if you know who Wayne Dyer was, absolutely was such an incredible, just spiritual teacher, wonderful person, just a gift of this world. And he taught me that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Think about that. It's like so simple, but yet so profound, isn't it? Right? So, moving on here. When we look at things from a different perspective, right? Because everything is about perspective. Everybody has opinions and different things, but the thing is we all come from different perspectives, right? So if we really think about the things that we're looking at, and we, again, go back to that, when you change the way you look at things, change your perspective sometimes around it, maybe it's even looking from a perspective of another person, right? The things you will look at will change. And it helps to reduce the stress over this, okay? So the key to feeling good and relieving stress and overwhelm is to decide to stop feeling bad, okay? Decide to stop feeling bad. It's a decision. And I want you to write this down, okay? A thought is just a thought. A thought that comes into our minds is just a thought. It's the meaning that we actually give that thought that makes the difference. It's how you spin it, how you spin the story of that thought, either negatively or positively. See, we have the choice. Okay? We have the choice to do that. A thought is just a thought. So I want you to make sure when you have those thoughts coming in, a thought is just a thought. So now I get to choose whether it's positive or negative. How am I going to go through this? Okay? So I'm going to give you a quick way. I'm going to teach you a method. Okay? And then I'm going to go back after this. I'm going to teach you a method on, it's called 3-step choose again, to be able to do exactly that, to stop feeling bad and to be able to move forward. Okay? So the first thing is, write this down. The first thing is when you start to feel like feeling stuck or overwhelmed or stressed, like, and you start to like go down that negative path, I want you to write down, number 1, notice the thought first. You've got to notice the thought first, and you write that thought down if you need to, like catch what that thought is, okay? Notice that the thought and the energy are out of alignment with actual joy. Okay, when you're starting to spiral, or you're starting to feel stressed and you're starting to feel negative, it's because your energy and that thought is out of alignment with joy and well-being. The second part of it is to forgive the thought, to actually physically forgive the thought. And you say, thank you. Thank you for showing me what it is that I don't want, so I can clarify exactly what it is that I do want. Because without that thought, sometimes we don't understand that it's the polar opposite that we really are wanting, right? So you forgive the thought, that's just that you forgive the thought, and then you thank it. And thank you for showing me what it is that I don't want, so I can clarify what it is that I do want. Third step, okay? What is the next best feeling I can feel right now? What's the next best feeling thought that I can feel right now? Okay, right now. What's the next best? And then you ask for guidance. Ask God for guidance. Whatever your spiritual, being, ask God, ask divine, ask the universe. Ask for guidance in that to help you move towards that thought. Okay? And when you do this, when you actually do this, the very second that you do this, you choose, when you actually choose a more empowering, positive, loving thought, that moment, your emotions shift, the energy around it shifts, and you're back in alignment with what it was that you want to actually happen. It's powerful, powerful. That's called the 3-step choose again method. Okay, because here's the thing, we cannot go from this emotion, just say like I'm like really, really, really upset. Like I'm really upset, which is a low vibration emotion, okay? And go all of a sudden to here, which is like, I'm ecstatic, I'm joy, joy, right? Happy, happy, joy, joy, right? Oh, just think a different thought and just woo. No, that's not how it works, okay? There's emotional levels that we go through. So you can't go from here to entire bliss like that. So you got to think about what's the next best feeling thought can I think right now, right? So if I'm super upset, okay, now I go through that process that I just taught you. Okay, whew. Well, I'm not really, okay, I'm not super upset anymore. I'm just more irritated. Like I was able to get to the next level, which I'm just irritated, right? And then you can talk that out a little bit more and do the same thing. And then maybe the next thing is like, all right, well, I'm just a little, peeved about something. And you see, you can start to work through those emotions without spiraling and understanding, bringing yourself back to an emotional state that's in alignment with not being stressed and overwhelmed. Okay, makes sense? So raise your hands and go whoop, whoop. Okay, whoop. Okay, that is powerful. And I promise you, if you start to employ some of these, some of them are simple, but they're so powerful to do. Okay, all right. I want to go back just for a minute, and then I'm going to teach you one more bonus thing, and then I'm going to open it up for some questions. But I want to go back to exercise for a minute, because I know, like I said, a lot of you are in different chairs and things like that, right? So throughout the day, you're on the computer a lot and all that. There is something that I learned. This was actually from one of my chiropractors years ago, and then also part of it's from a guy named Ben Greenfield, which is a biohacker and fitness expert guru that's internationally known. Okay, So both of them said that you should be moving around every 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. So if you're in your chairs or what have you, like even now, I know you're writing notes and stuff, but get up for a minute, shake it off a little bit. Okay. Move around, stretch. But you should be changing the way that you're sitting in positions every 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. That will help you. The second thing is like right now, like when I speak and do these types of things, I do like to stand. So I have a standing desk right now that I'm working from. So if you have a standing desk, if you don't, you know what? Bring a beautiful box into your office, in your home, and just put it on your desk, and then put your computer on the desk, on that box. Make it. Stand up. That's changing your position as well. Okay? The other thing, now, you got to love me for this, okay? Just love me now. But is moving your body every 30 to 40, 60 minutes, okay? Physically. So what I want you to do is be very mindful of these things, and you want to get up, and this came from Ben Greenfield, but you get up and you, for about 30 to 40 seconds, like literally start doing some jumping jacks, okay? If you're at home working remote, nobody's going to see you, right? So don't worry about that. Even if you're in the office, you just tell them, hey, listen, it's our move time. We got to move, okay? We got to move and groove right now. And just do some jumping jacks, right? Or do some jogging in place. Do some squats, okay? And it's only for 30 to 40 seconds. Drop down for those of you that can do some push-ups. Drop down and do push-ups. I do that, okay? And if you can't do a lot of those things, literally bounce like this. Go on the balls of your feet and just bounce up and down and just move your body a little bit like this. Okay? You with me? Bounce. We'll see some people bouncing. Okay? Think of your favorite song even and just start to dance for a minute. Okay? Just dance. Dance it out for a minute. Okay? But you got to get your body moving, especially if you're in a chair all day long. Okay? So I want to see hands. Who's going to commit to actually making sure you're mindful at least every 30 to 60 minutes of moving your body? Okay, Deborah is. All right, Susan is. Jeff is. Awesome. Good. I see some of them. Okay, good. Hillary is. Awesome. Good. Got to do it, guys, right? That's part of the longevity too. You got to move your body. And if you do that throughout the day, then you're not going to beat yourself up at the end of the day going, oh, I really wish I could exercise today, but I'm just so burnt out and wore out. And, you get your body moving a little bit more, you're going to have more energy. And you'll be like, oh, you know what? I think I can go for a walk now for at least 10 minutes. Okay? So I want you to really work on those things. Sound good? I know some of you raised your hands, but just be very mindful of that. Okay? Now, the last little bonus thing that I want to really teach you today is something for you at night that's going to help you to have a quick tip to help better sleep. Okay, better sleep at night. So, very easy. It's a different type of a breath work, and it's called whiskey breathing. Okay, I didn't make that up either. Okay, but it's whiskey breathing. So at night, before you go to bed, if you do about 10 rounds of this, it will actually help to reduce your blood pressure. It will help slow down the heart, right? The heart rate. It turns on the parasympathetic nervous system. And normally by the time you get to the 10th round, you're like, oh, and sometimes you're even asleep. Okay? So what you're going to do, real quick, do it with me. It's going to be taking 4 breaths in through the nose. Okay? 4 breaths in through the nose. And then on the exhale, it's going to be out through your mouth this time. And it's for 8 count. So if you remember anything, it's just double. It's double the amount. So you breathe in for 4 count in your nose. and out 8 count through the mouth, like exhale. So let's try that about twice, okay? So everybody, 4 breaths in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out through the mouth. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. In through the nose. 4. Out for 8. And you want to try to be audible when you're breathing out, okay? Because it does something to the brain as well. And I know you have sometimes, not everybody, but sometimes you have a spouse next to you or a partner or whatever, you know, maybe you just kind of turn your head the other way when you're doing it, right? Or just tell them, make sure, tell her, make sure, hey, listen, I'm doing my breath work. Don't mind what I'm doing. Just mind your own business and go to sleep, okay? Okay, so that's called whiskey breathing. That will help you, again, just kind of get in, relax. It turns on the relax and digest mode and be able to just kind of drift off to sleep. Now, there's lots of other things that I could teach you at another time to be able to help with sleep, but that in itself, before you're going to bed, is so important. And then I just like to visualize, you visualize how it is that you want your day to be tomorrow, right? And you're visualizing what it is that you want to have happen. And you're breathing. And by the time, like I said, the 10th round comes around, you're normally kind of out, okay? So that was your little tip on that. Well, there it was, whiskey breathing.
Deb, I'm not sure, but Deborah Gordon has her hand raised.
Oh, okay. Does she have a question? Yeah, we could do some questions and answers now. Absolutely. And then I wanted to, if you all want to unmute, I just want to tell you a couple little quick things, and I will gladly answer some questions here. Is part of my gift for you today is to be able to schedule a I know we only have an hour for today, but is to schedule a complimentary chat with me, you know, and potentially my little Nero there, he comes into the office too with me every now and again. So if you would love to, I would love to hear a little bit more what's going on for you. You know, I can give you a couple other quick tips or even kind of reiterate some of what we went over today, not a problem. And then I can give you some more, you know, just food for thought, aware, you know, things that you might can implement that I know helps me and or my clients. And we can just have a little discussion back and forth. So no worries. I kind of call that a discovery session. So you can reach out to me, and how you can do that is going to be on the next thing. I want you to, everybody, regardless whether you want to have a chat with me or not, I would love to have you tell me one thing, just one thing from today that you're going to implement from today's session. That is my phone number, 910-670-9172. Text me one thing that you are going to, without a shadow of a doubt, right? When you make the decision to feel good, you make the decision. But one thing that you're going to implement from today, okay? And then you can also let me know if you would like to schedule the free gift of the complimentary chat session with me, okay? So I appreciate everybody, and absolutely go ahead and unmute, and let's just take some questions now. You see, I'll try to go into the chat here, you guys. I'm trying. Oh yeah, Fayetteville Fort Bragg, somebody, Shannon Oliver. Nice, I live right outside of there. Absolutely. Gonna walk around campus when we sign off. Awesome, love that. Okay, so if you have an actual particular question, go ahead, come off of mute. Thank you, whiskey breathing, Teresa. Yes, you're very, very welcome. Yes, I'm trying to go back and see some. Done 2 sets of squats during this. Yes, awesome, love it, love it, love it, love it. I have some more things I'm going to be teaching, like I said, diving deeper into the 3 other workshops that we have. And If you want the dates for the next one is May 27th. We're going to be covering mindfulness matters and an IRES guided meditation for emotional resiliency. And you can do this sitting in your chair. I'm a particular meditation teacher as well. So we're going to be guiding you through, it's about a 35-minute, 20 to 35-minute guided meditation, but also teaching about mindfulness. And what exactly is that anyway? Mindfulness, right? So mindfulness practices and those types of things. And then on June 17th, again, these are all at 2 p.m. Eastern. June 17th, we're going to do how to find more clarity, get more peace of mind, and stop the self-sabotage, diving deep into our mindset and the subconscious. The last one is going to be June 17th, apologize, June 17th. Feed your body, change your life. Feed your body, change your life, 2 p.m. I'd love to have everybody show up, tell some others. Trying to go into the chat. Cynthia Moody, thank you. Thank you. It was great. I just put the chat piece. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm trying to go through this, you guys, but please don't be shy. Get off mute. You can mute yourself, unmute yourself. You're welcome, Deborah Gordon. Yeah, you're welcome. Great. Absolutely. Needed it. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're so very welcome, everybody. Again, make sure anybody, I can't believe, now come on now. I can't believe nobody has a question or two. Come on. Don't be shy. You're welcome. Oh, welcome. Yes, we'll see you at the next one as well. Now, remember, please take down my number. Send me one thing, okay? Send me one thing that you're definitely going to implement today from this session. And if you would like to be able to just, again, quick chat, 15, 20 minutes, have us a little back and forth chatter, see where you're coming from, maybe something that you might be going through or experiencing, give you a couple more tips and just kind of talk with you, you know, and I will let you know whether I feel something can help you or not. Okay.
Deborah said that you took all the stress away, at least for right now. That's why there's no questions.
Well, I love hearing that. We could be in our little bubble for just at least the hour, right? But continue, and thanks, Deborah, for saying that, but continue to be able to continue to stay in that bubble. It really is to employ some of these practices. And that's why it's called a practice, okay? A practice is something that you have to do over and over and over again to be able to learn it, to instill it into a habit so it becomes a practice. Okay? It's just like teaching anybody anything else, right? How do you do it? It's by repetition, 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 repetition. Anybody else? Any other quick questions? I think it's super important when we're overwhelmed. We take time, yeah, we take some time out for these things. I've been drowning all week. And even though I didn't have time today, I did this today. Aw, made the time for me. Thank you for the breather. Absolutely. That's beautiful. You know, you have to put the oxygen mask, you know, I haven't been on a plane since COVID, personally, me, okay? But, you know, just like when we're in a plane, what do they say? When there's turbulence or something's going on, right? The oxygen mask drops down and they say, put it on yourself first before you try to assist anybody else, right? The biggest thing is that we've got to bridge the gap between what we're doing for ourselves and what we're doing for everybody else. Because if you're not fueling yourself, you're not filling your cup up first, that's stressful, extremely stressful. And then you have nothing to pour into other people. You're just doing things by osmosis, right? That's all. So we don't want to be that way. It's time for us to shift and continue shifting and give yourself, Brian and I always like to say, space and grace. You have to give yourself space and grace, guys. It takes time. Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said that they'd love to know more about your work as a transformational and rest coach. She's not sure if she got your titles right. What was your path to become a coach, and what training certifications did you obtain?
Awesome. Awesome. So text me. Let's chat about that. Absolutely. So rest stands for, I have several, but rest stands for rapid reprogramming of emotional stress technique that I am a certified practitioner in. I am also a meditation teacher, certified meditation teacher. I'm also, I'm on the way to become a Reiki master. So I'm certified in certain levels in energy medicine, let's just say that. And the list can go on. Okay, so just like you all, when you're moving through advanced education and things like that, that's what I've done for over 20 something years. I've been in the world of 20 something plus years of coaching other people to allow them to have the transformations that they have. So yeah, reach out to me. Absolutely. Okay. All right.
I don't see any other questions in the chat, so we thank you so much for being here with us today. And we all look forward to seeing you back on the 27th. We've already got people signed up for your session, so yay.
Yay, yes, I love it. Absolutely. Thank you. Looking forward to having everybody there that can be there. Thank you so much for recording this. And I just want to thank from the bottom of my heart for Marsha, your CEO, for putting this all together. Because if it wasn't for her and her really wanting to help make a difference for you all, this wouldn't have came about. So we really appreciate Marsha. She is a beautiful, wonderful CEO for this association. Absolutely. Yes. And thank you so much, Eileen, for your assistance today. I appreciate it. And again, thanks, guys. Text me and, we'll set up some time to talk, okay? Bye, everybody. Appreciate it.